number already submitted.
16 people, including me.
So you have 5 more days.
Yeah, I think you don't. Yeah, that's it. Valid. I think like. I think if the list is empty, right, then you should ask the user to put another number. Yeah, you ask them to put a larger number like that. But for this one, I don't really care about the error handling. I never put error handling to be honest, but I. No, if you want to put error handling, it's fine. You can. But I don't put.
I just do the thing.
Just lazy.
Show P more than 2 before search.
Yeah, that's the one of the prerequisites.
Okay, so the highlight again, submit again for your assignment 2. Right, again the due time is actually on 8:55 p.m. Not the 2359. This possibly is because of Australian time. So 5 more days. So let's come back to the task 2, alright, the TLS. So you look at the task 2A, right, implements a simple TLS service. So you can open out the text files, right, the let8 task2a.txt file to help you. Basically, I'll copy the CA files right to the client search folder and the server files to the server search folder. So yesterday I've actually created lab7 so that all my files are still there. So I copied the CSCRP,
Value to be bigger than 5.
CAP, server CRP and the server key.
Generator. Let's see. 3 can wait, I check. So let's say 1 obviously cannot, so that means that only
I'll copy that to the volume.
2
Then I'll shift the
to the
CA
log. Oh, can they?
to the client. Why do we actually shift it to the client? So because remember when we're acting as the browser, right? Our browser actually have a trusted root CA, the authority. And the server should have the server certificate. Okay. So if you have the files, right? We are doing the net 8 task 2A. You copy the CA file to the client search, which is like
Yeah, what's how your project here?
so this is the
this one,
client
right?
search under the volume. you copy the CA file. Yesterday we have created the, you double click on the CA.crt, this is what we had created yesterday. I use a strange domain name called Lab7CA. Should actually use a more meaningful one. Then under the
Oh,
server
okay, that's
search,
fine. That's fine. Yeah.
we have the
Just have-
server.crt. This is my own domain, you should actually create your own. So I created king2025.com yesterday. You
Yes,
should actually use
I also got the error.
your name or use some other meaningful name.
No, this one. The error size equals do not match.
So there's a sample server code given
Yeah,
in the
success
server.py.
placements.
So
So
this
this one
file
will bring
is
up the
also in
two
the
people's
volume
system.
folder.
Let's
Server.py.
try for.
If you look at this file,
must be bigger than oops.
there is you have to import the socket and the SSL. Then this is the part that
Put minus
later on you may need to change. Alright, the server search
two.
point to the server.crt.
And trigger.
The server
Oh, yeah.
private, which is actually the key, point to the server.c. So I need to make sure that inside the server search I have this file and I also have a key file. So under the server search, I have the server CRT and the server.c. Okay. Then in here is actually more or less the same as the client program, just that for this particular part, the sock.bind, it actually binds to the port 443 in here, then you listen for the client to communicate. So while true, alright, it's actually doing the accept and actually send off.
Yeah.
So to
Because I noticed
test
there's
it,
a mistake after checking this.
alright, you have to change
Okay,
your
sure,
folder,
sure.
the SSL search folder to this
Check
again.
this P must be bigger than 2.
Then we got to follow the instructions in the task 1 to set up the folder. That means we are going to do the symbolic links and things like that. Alright. So I will mainly use the what I've done before in the text box. So make sure that the client search contains the CACRT and the CA key, and server search contains the server.crt and the server.key. Then after that, I'm going to change the etc host files in the
But I didn't show the
in the
list.
client.
I didn't show the list. Never mind. Doesn't quite matter. They usually just simply test. I didn't create the list, but it doesn't quite really matter. To be honest. Yeah.
Okay, for this particular part, instead of using the client containers, right, I actually do it directly in the seed Ubuntu's machine, which is actually more convenient. Okay.
The sublet is to ensure the same section.
So I only use the server container for this. I didn't actually use a client container. So therefore, because of that, I actually sudo nano the etc host in the seed machine directly.
I think it should not be nothing. Because the program is designed should be working fine. Yeah.
So this is a seed machine. This is the client. This is the server. The server is 109043.
Yeah.
So in this EPC host file, I actually have
What is a generator?
have a line. I just actually from yesterday. I gotta change it to 43.
A generator to 3.
So because I'm using back the
What's the
certs that I've
out-
actually
outbox
created
is
for yesterday, so I actually use this
two-
domain
one-
called
two-
www.
one.
Right, king2025.com.
Oh, wait, how come? No, this one should be.
So this is the part that I need to change right now here, right?
Yeah. 3. Yeah.
After that, in the server container, we go to update the server.py file. So that to check this part, right? To check this part is correct. And the sock.bind, I think the port is not installed properly. So this is the server. So I narrow this file by server.py file.
Sorry, just
The server dot,
at least I
oh yeah,
got
they
it.
changed it. The server cert, they use my cert.crt. So I change it back to server.crt. Then there's a my cert.t. I change it to server.t. Unless you rename it, either way is okay. Then if you scroll down, I notice something for the default that they put is 4433. Okay. We use 443 instead. Right, so the program you may want to do a little bit of changes.
I did not
Save it.
do this.
So I actually put it down in the text files and task 2A, just like manual the files and these are the parts that we need to change it. To start the server is pretty easy. Just run
This is
Python
simple.
3 server.py.
Let's just bring like this.
This is the
Yeah.
key that we actually have created yesterday when we actually create the cert. So the password is the same as yesterday.
Yes.
Okay, so it's running.
I do not make undo. So it's for the step 3 one. The Jesus.
So I put this part as a node in the VM because I'm using the VM as a client. So I need to do the same thing. I need to CD to the client cert, and inside actually have the ca.crt, but it doesn't have a hash. So I'm going to run this OpenSSL x509 command, right, to create a hash for this ca.cert. Then after we do a symbolic link. Okay, so I'm going to do this part here. I go back to my VM. I see the folder client cert. Note that the DB cert global root G2 or this hand part, we already create a hash part, not for the CA cert. So I'm going to do it for the CA cert. So it comes out a hash C41AC39B. This is a hash. it's actually different numbers from different hash value from what I actually created in last week. But because I think yesterday when I redo the CA search, the CA values are actually different. Then I'm going to do a symbolic link. I need to change this button. Okay, so this is a symbolic link. So you need to see this, or you need to see this, then this is correct. This one. Of course, your number, your hash value will be different from mine. Why, unless you follow exactly as what I keyed in yesterday, which most of you do have some changes. After this, right, we got to start the client program. So we use back the same handshake.py file. So because I did the etc host file redirected to the server, so when I actually do something like this, you will actually sort of redirect to this particular server, alright, server. Sorry, not this one. This one. Okay. So TLS connection fails. So let's take a look. Oh, okay. There's something that I didn't change for the handshake file. So I need to change it. If you see this kind of errors, right, unable to get the local issuer certificate. You need to change the CA directory, comment out the default, alright, use our own client server because we are going to use the CA server in the client. Comment to use the client server. Actually, the contact check host name just now I didn't change it back. I should change it back to true again. Save it. Run it again. Then now this is actually okay. Alright, so the program is actually working. So when I run this code, I actually get the cycle use. This is what I created yesterday. The common name, or this is actually what I created. Again, this yesterday. Okay. If you on the Wireshark and you rerun this thing, you'll notice that it is also TLS version 1.3, starting from the client hello here. So 1.3 has quite minimum handshake messages exchanges.
ask them if because one is at hospital, I don't know what time he will come.
Okay, so this part is done.
I don't know eh. Or change online. If online is very hard though. Yeah, that's why. Cancel. They all cannot. I'm afraid like, the hospital room can take very long time.
The next task actually we have already done it. The import of the CA cert actually have been done in Lab 7 unless you redo this part. If not, if you actually do this right, you will actually go to this is bank32.com. The task 2B is right, testing the server program using the browser. Those part we actually more or less done it yesterday. Alright, if not, then you got to go to the settings. Alright, you got to actually check again the preferences, privacy and security. Go to view certificates, then authorities, you got to import your keys. Alright, import the key, which I have already imported it yesterday. Okay. Alright, so for my case, this is actually what I've imported. The CA. The CA is my CA is www.lab7ca.com. So this is actually what I actually created yesterday. The Lab 7. So because of this cert, because of this search, there's no issues when we are browsing this particular website. Again, if you actually go to a website to check it, you look at the certificate change. It's actually from here. Then this is verified using the CA. So this is the server cert. This is the CA cert. So remember, CA cert is a self-signed cert. The subject, name part, and issuer part are exactly the same. But beyond the CA cert, all the rest, right, the issuer name should be different from your subject name. But of course, if you see some kind of this issuer name in the root CA, then you know something is wrong. Lab 7 CA, it looks strange. If you go back to the Python 3 server.py, you will see something like this, right? The TLS connection established. square, there's a gap, right? There's a gap. The task 2C, I actually didn't really go through it, this part, redo this part again. So I actually used what we have done because yesterday we already done the alternative name. So multiple host names. So like, what I can do is actually just to change, right, the etc host file. I can actually put my examples, this King2025A, which is an alternative name. Like this one. Okay, basically I just have to change the structure, but remember this one must be the alternative name that we have done yesterday. It's already there. What it means is I can also do this, and it's going to work also, right? So you see I added this A behind. And if I look at the certificate change, it's going to be the same, right? It's actually using the okay, so I didn't really redo the 2C because it's not needed. Yesterday you already did it. So you try out before we actually move to task 3, right? Simple HTTP bash proxy.